Hey dolls, Siren here, welcome back to my channel. And yes, I am giving you guys African, Nigerian, head wrap, princess, queen realness right now. Whatever you want to call it. So that's that introduction. Today's video, I just wanted to dive into something that was a little bit more serious. It's something that we tend to take for granted a lot, and that would definitely be self-esteem. I don't think I've ever met someone who has never struggled at one point in their life with a low self-esteem. We live in a generation where we are constantly being praised or degraded for how we look. That's very understandable that it would cause you to question your self-esteem. One thing I've learned is that I got older and wiser. You get a better understanding of yourself, but then there's also some times when you're kind of like, you know. When I was younger, in my mid-teens, late teens, I did not have the best self-esteem, and I remember I wasn't bad looking. I was alright. And now I look at myself back then and I'm like, I wish you saw yourself the way you really were at that time. And I remember thinking I was never good enough. I never felt pretty enough. I never felt smart enough. I never felt good enough in general. I felt like I just didn't belong anywhere. That continued for a while, and I remember when I put on some weight, I remember how horrible I felt. And I remember my dad saying, you know, your mom, sorry mama, put on weight from when I first met her and I still love her. And he said, I put on weight from the first time when your mom met me and she still loves me. And I remember listening to Trent Shelton, who said that your flaws are perfect for the heart that's meant to love you. And after a while I started accepting, yo, this is me, girl. And I grew to love and appreciate myself. But there are days when you just don't feel it. I mean, it's very easy to have on a full face of makeup and look beat and think that I'm looking good today, I'm rocking it, I'm slaying, I'm doing everything that, you know, the world wants me to do in terms of that standard of beauty. But you still have to deal with you when you wash that makeup off, when you take out that extensions, when you take off your designer clothes, you put down that designer handbag, brand name shoes, whatever it is. There's still you that you have to deal with, the you that you have to face in the mirror that nobody else is going to see. And it's very easy to like the outside version of you, that is the side that the world sees. But it's another thing when you don't like the you that you alone see in the mirror. In my Am I Pretty Enough video, I said that just because somebody does not appreciate your beauty does not mean that you are not beautiful. Looking back, I've come to realize it's not just about whether somebody appreciates my beauty, it's whether I appreciate my own beauty. It's whether you appreciate your own beauty. Nobody is perfect. Everybody's going to find a fault in themselves. And the thing about it is that the world is going to find a fault about you. And sometimes we can't do anything about it. There's some things that we can change about ourselves. And what are we going to do about that? Every time we let somebody's opinion change how we feel about ourselves, we've already been defeated because we have lost to their opinions. Like I said earlier on, it's not whether somebody accepts your beauty or accepts you, it's whether you appreciate your own beauty, flaws and all. Love yourself. It's gonna take a while to do that. It's gonna have you talking to yourself a lot. There's a scripture in the Bible that says we are all fearfully and wonderfully made by God. He took his time to create you with every feature. I do want you to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God himself. And I want you to talk to yourself if you do feel like your self-esteem is not the best. Maybe you don't think that you're smart enough or you're good enough, but do not be controlled by the opinions of others. You are going to be mentally oppressed and enslaved if you allow people's opinions to govern your own opinion of yourself. It's time that we start loving ourselves. We could be the most powerful, unstoppable thing on this earth if we only believe in ourselves.